Hello, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sorta Truth, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sorta Truth series with a juicy chinful of craft brew on the side. That's a fucking good one.
I like it.
Oh, they don't even know what we're laughing at yet. Oh, you will. I'm Nate.
I'm Jade.
And this week, we are going to be talking about Chapter 27 of Wizard's First Rule.
Mm-hmm.
And apples. You know, before I read this chapter, I didn't realize how much I really like apples.
I forgot how much of like a recurring theme they become.
Yes. Using some foreknowledge, apples happen a lot in these books, and I kind of forgot about this scene. I know you never have.
No.
When we talked about the chapter, Jade was like, oh yeah, no, I really like this one. And I did chapter. Too. Yes, it's a great chapter. I guess I forgot about how, I don't want to say extreme, because it's not really extreme, but it's very fucking funny, and then it's very fucking intense, and then it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's very fucking entertaining.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a scene you don't really forget. It's not like a huge one in the grand scheme of everything, but I don't know. It's a good one. It sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it does. Terry has a fucking skill for that.
We do actually have a little bit of news. Just that there's been a lot of talk about Into Darkness. Like, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be big.
Well, they moved it back. I think it's June 30 now.
Oh, so I was wrong. It's not coming soon. It's a sad thing, but it's a big book. I've seen some pictures. I think we shared a picture on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's massive. I think he said over 600 pages.
Yeah.
Not a novella. It's an epic.
And you have to make sure that you've read Law of Nines going into this one, because it's really going to tie things up for a lot of people. I know everyone is just waiting.
Yeah, everybody has been kind of hoping that Law of Nines was related.
Yeah.
And we've just now gotten confirmation that it is. Like, officially, it is related. And I want to read Law of Nines again, but I think I'm going to hold off because I have this series in my head right now, and I'm mulling over theories, and like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait and then reread those after.
I don't know, because I feel like I have to reread it before it comes out, because I can't not read it once it comes out. It's a struggle.
Yeah. There's upsides to both arguments, really.
Yeah. Well, I guess for now, we're just going to have to talk about this chapter.
Yeah. All right. So a lot happens in this chapter, but I think most importantly, Richard, well, he gets to get back at Kahlan just a little bit. And then Richard and Kahlan both get to take a cold shower. So, as the chapter begins, they're all preparing for the gathering. The whole village is cooking something or eating something. Everyone is wearing their best clothes. They're like, I'm wearing my good skins today. I got my coyote cape on.
Turning out.
Pimpin'.
Well, and it said the kids were all super excited because it was like a middle of the night surprise feast.
Yeah. So musicians are beating their drums, and they have they're musicians too, but they've got these sticks and they're scraping them along these big boulders that have like grooves cut in them.
Like the fish and the stick. There's an instrument. It's a wood. Maybe it's not always a fish. But it's like it's a wood thing with a stick that you.
I mean, I think I understand. There's a stick and the thing with grooves, and it's like it's like a rattle, but you scrape it across. Yeah, but they're making these things out of giant boulders.
Okay. I read the chapter and I forgot.
And I thought these were really, really cool because they're literally using like the nature around them to make instruments with.
Yeah, and somebody's spending a lot of time grinding on them boulders.
Right. But then even like the drums, they're made out of trees and like animal hide. And I thought it was cool because who doesn't like a good fucking drum solo? And they're rocking out.
Because you like to know that even if you weren't able to buy an instrument, you could make one. I think that's like because you always need to have one.
Yeah. But not only that, but if I was there, I know where I would be.
Right.
I would be in the drum circle. Like, fuck yes, get me a drum. I'm doing this thing. I would be having a great time.
Kahlan was not.
No, Kahlan, she's not having a very good time at all. She's sitting by herself and okay, it's cloudy and these are the mud people. So no floors to speak of. Everything is on dirt. So she's sitting by herself in mud, alone and sad on a cloudy night. It's like really fucking low. I mean, we're laughing, but yeah, she would obviously look dejected and keeping herself away from the rest of the group of people.
Yeah, she's not having a good night.
No. So Vidlin finds Richard and Kahlan, right? Brings them over to where the elders are and their wives are there. And the Birdman was there and he's dressed like normally because apparently he doesn't dress up for shit because he's important. It doesn't have to do that.
Right. I thought that was a little bit funny. Everybody else makes a big deal about dressing up and the Birdman's like, didn't feel like it.
Right. Yeah, fuck it. It's whatever. It's a gathering. I've been doing this shit since I was, I don't know how old he is. Older, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Maybe not oldest, but like.
Old for mud people.
He's wise.
Yeah.
In a little bit of turn of events, Wesselin is asking Kahlan about how her arm is, if she's okay, and there's genuine concern.
Apparently her arm's fucking fine, even though she cut through a whole bunch of muscles and shit. Like, just a hot second ago.
Now, I've never been stabbed, per se. But I would imagine that if I were stabbed down to the bone, it would be more than a couple of stitches, for one. I mean, okay, back then, maybe this is all they could do anyways, and like, cross your fingers, good luck. But I think this would be more of a severe injury.
I mean, I do too. I feel like there probably is parts of the arm maybe that you could not require like lots of physical therapy to fix. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to hit a place on your arm that would be super fucking hard to heal, and especially heal quickly, like cutting through an actual muscle or a tendon of some kind.
Yeah, like apparently all he got was red meat and it's totally fine. We're just going to close the hole and it's good.
Right. I mean, she's obviously not fully healed. I mean, I get that. They aren't like, oh, she's magically fine. But she's not acting as though she's like impaired in that arm at all, right?
No, right, exactly. It's not even a big deal. My only theory about this is maybe the knife he got her with was very, very small.
Okay.
But
he cut her to the bone.
Did he use the spear or the knife? I guess what I'm saying is maybe the knife he used to slash at her arm, it was more of a stabbing motion than a slashing motion. And, you know, I have a bunch of knives, but like some of the blades and the knives I own are only a ½ inch wide. So if you came straight down, you would get it deep. Like obviously going down to bone, it's fucking deep. But if he's not pulling it to the side anywhere, it would be a relatively small incision. I say incision like it's a goddamn surgeon.
Yeah, I think the word you're looking for is puncture.
Yeah, that's it.
You're thinking puncture versus slash.
Maybe. I mean, it's a theory. It's the only thing I can think of to where Kahlan could be in the state she's in and be like, it sucks, but it's not a day ruiner, you know?
Yeah, I'm way more concerned with Richard's flirting than
right.
than the shit. Yeah, and you know what? It probably makes more sense that it was something along. Well, I thought it like caught her. I thought the way it was described, it made me feel like he glanced like he was trying to stab her. So she was moving and it was like I don't know. In my head, it definitely was a slash across her arm.
Oh, no, I totally agree with you. I definitely think he slashed her arm. I definitely think the way she's acting right now should be a lot more severe.
Yeah.
The way it was originally described, it was a fucking nasty cut. Now she's like, it sucks, but liquid Band-Aid and we're cool.
We're all good. I half chewed on some leaves. We're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, do you have any more of those? Or... But yeah, she felt good because Wesleyan was asking how she's doing, and it made her feel good to be a mud person, even if it was just a pretense. And it's a pretense because she's a confessor, and there's no law in the land that can make her something that she's not. And right now, she desperately wishes that she was not.
Right. She doesn't want to have to go through all the shit that she has to go through, much of which we don't even know yet. Because she's a mysterious motherfucker.
We're 27 chapters in. This is the 27th chapter. Hey guys, if you're listening, we made it to chapter 27. I don't know exactly what kind of a milestone that is, but it's chapter 27. Okay, here's my point. And we don't know what the fuck Kahlan does. We have a good idea, right? It's kind of alluded to it, but we haven't been given the info drop about what exactly happens. She touches them, they change.
Yeah.
And we're this far in.
And there's something weird with her picking men. We don't know what the fuck.
Exactly.
She can have her pick of the litter, though. We know that.
Yeah, she totally can. Speaking of getting your pick of the litter, JD, they're sitting with the elders. And the Birdman, he's waving to somebody off in the distance. And before you know it, 4 young girls stand in front of Richard.
Love when they're described as young.
Yeah, I was going to point out, it does say young girls. Later, it says young women. But there's a gray area somewhere. I don't know, and it doesn't say, but the mud people might be she's 13, she's ready to marry.
Yeah.
That could be a woman to them. Or it could not be. They could be older. Okay, I don't know Terry personally.
She could be 20.
She could be 20. But he definitely has young girl first.
Yeah.
So tradition dictates that he is to choose one and get her pregnant. And then that way he's a mud person by blood because he has a child with a mud person. They're get her pregnant and give us your baby.
Pump a baby in that chick.
And Richard could not be happier about this situation.
Yeah, he's ooh, I get to do what?
Wait, I get to pick, and they're yeah, these girls, and he's all 4 of them? Oh, whoa!
Yeah, he's being very, I don't know what the word is. He's hamming it up.
Oh, yeah, you can picture him nudging Kahlan can you believe this shit?
Yeah.
I like this fucking seeker gig, I'll tell you what.
Meanwhile,
thank you for being chased.
Well, she's not so happy about it still. She's just a sourpuss tonight, not having a great time.
Yeah, not in a great mood.
Not who you want tagging along to the party,
So while Richard is smitten with himself, an old woman approached the elders with a tray of dark meat, strips of dark meat. And they're passing it around, and a couple of the elders, they take it. Their wives do not. Chandolin takes it. Wesleyan does not. Richard takes it. Kahlan does not. Some of the elders' wives did take it, though. So it's not a man and woman thing.
I do want to say, because Richard gets a little weird here with Kahlan, but he was also a little bit weird with her in the beginning of this chapter. Maybe not in the beginning, but earlier in the chapter, he was asking her about meat. He was you haven't eaten meat since we've got here.
Yeah, during the regular dinner.
Yeah.
She was passing on all the meat.
Yeah, she was just eating some bread. And he was try this. It's really fucking good. And she's nah. And so he's well, what about this one? It's really fucking good. Nope.
Right. And she had it earlier in the book. So we know she does eat meat.
Right. That's why he's weird about it.
Right. Because she's fucking lying to the mud people.
Right.
And he doesn't know why.